my list. Moving into today's slot, I went up to the lecture hall today for my 10 o'clock lecture, which I always hate because I get up so early. I get up there and normally there's like everyone outside and they all wait for the 9 o'clock class to come out, and there was no one there. So I opened the door slightly to see if there was anyone in there. No one was in there. The whole lecture theatre was completely black. I thought, what's going on here? What is going on here? So I slowly walked into the lecture theatre. No one was there, and all the lights come on, and obviously on sensors. I sit in my place in the lecture theatre, and I'm sitting there for like 10 minutes going, what the hell is going on here? Why isn't anyone else here? Is there something that I haven't been told? I'm like, good God, I'm probably going to be in big trouble now. And I feel like, God, I had woken up at 9 o'clock this morning. I got dressed and I walked all the way up to the other side. Because there's one site here and one site on the other side of the park. So I had to walk up there every time I need to go to a lecture. And I walked up there, really tired. I loved psychology, which I'm going to go on to later. And I bloody hope there's a lecture. And then suddenly someone comes in. I'm like, hooray, finally. Yes, that's good. And then this next bit, we're talking about intelligence in psychology, and I really like psychology because it's a really interesting subject. Anyway, we're talking about intelligence, and she's saying like, what's part of your intelligence? And someone says something about memory, and she says, and these people were laughing behind me, and Miss goes, what are you laughing about? And she says, oh, the ability to remember positions. As in sexual positions. I got it, but Miss didn't really get it. She was like, yes, memory. It was like, she didn't get the about the positions, memorizing positions, as in sexual positions. She didn't really get that, and she was like, yes, memory. Like, so that kind of proves how the older generation don't really understand sexual jokes or references. Yeah. And also she's Greek. Just want to point out that she's Greek. Lovely teacher. She's my personal teacher as well. She's a brilliant tutor. I like her lessons so much. And her accent kind of makes it better. I love her accent. Yeah, so next part is about psychology. Now, I really like the psychology. I'm finding it extremely interesting. Now, psychology, I just realised that I love psychology. It's just so interesting. I love coming to our lessons all the time because they're so interesting, and it's just so wonderful to see how you develop, how children develop, how your minds work, and how we like behaviour, or we like is it nature or nurture, and it's like so interesting about psychology. I'm just so enjoying it. I can't say that for the rest of the courses, but psychology is definitely my favourite one. It's just so interesting. It's just like today we're talking about IQ, about IQ tests, and how you work out IQ, and how your mind works, about intelligences. Other weeks we've been talking about behaviourism, how that helps, and also about, it's just so good. It's like their lesson is like so fun, so it's like science brought in to education, and we're talking about brains and things. It's just so interesting. Like, come on, like it's kind of my kind of thing. I'm just thinking that's so brilliant. Yes, like the other course is about sociology. That's the most boringest topic I can ever think of. It's just I've done sociology kind of before in philosophy and ethics, but I kind of get the gist of it. But it's just so boring talking about society. Yeah, we've got the whole gist of society, but then you go into other things about society. It's like boring crap. I'm like, why the hell are we arguing about society? Like, who bothers to talk about society? Like, psychology is so much better. Like, come on. Philosophy I've done before, which is okay. That's part of my course, philosophy. It's kind of good. There's one lecturer who's really good. She's really good. She goes into art. She goes into history. So history's my kind of topic. So I love when she talks about history, and she talks about art, and she brings all this art, history and philosophy together to bring a brilliant lecture. Other people, there's one lecturer, he just talked about Alice in Wonderland for like the whole lecture. Everyone was like, what the hell are you talking about? You know, everyone says, oh, you're a brilliant reader to read to children. If you read to children, they'll be fast asleep. And they'll be like, yeah, you're a brilliant reader, and you've shown us you can read Alice in Wonderland, but it's not really what the lecture's about. And this other lecturer, who's my tutor, called Heather, she's kind of gives a more philosophical lecture, which is kind of not as good as the other lecture, but it's alright. But it's more intellectual, which I find kind of a bit more boring. But I love the bit in which she adds the history and the art together. That was quite cool. I love that. And I'm probably running out of so much time. Oh God, I've gone over. So that ends this blog. Just to know that student union meeting today, all the students are off. Yay! Goodbye.